All right, it's time for our butterfly art project. We're talking about butterflies not only because it's spring, but because they first appeared in the Triassic period of the Mesozoic era, and that's where we are along our timeline of life. That's what we're studying right now, is the Triassic period. And we are talking a lot about dinosaurs, and we'll be doing some other things with those as well, but we're gonna talk about other plants and animals that were coming along at that time. So we are going to make a butterfly, and all you need, this is in your packet that you picked up, is a coffee filter and a pipe cleaner. Both of these are in your packet that you picked up, okay? Take your coffee filter. We are going to kind of bunch it in the middle to give our butterfly two wings, okay? It's gonna want to be relatively symmetrical, okay? So this is kind of where your wings are going to be, okay? So now, before we put our pipe cleaner on, I just wanted you to kind of see what the end result is gonna be with your wings. Now we're gonna actually decorate them, then we'll put our pipe cleaner on. But this is what, you're gonna end up having a shape kind of like that. So now you can flatten your coffee filter back out. You can use anything you want to decorate them. You can use crayons, colored pencils, watercolor. I wouldn't use acrylic paint. That's not gonna work really well with the coffee filter or once we bunch it up. Markers, watercolor work great. You could use some kind of natural paint if you want to have like a more natural look to it. You might use even a little coffee or something like that to dye it. But I'm going to use just markers. So knowing that we're going to have two sides to our butterfly, I'm going to just add a little purple color here at the top. I know they want basically the top wings, the top parts of the wings here to be purple. I'm gonna add red at the bottom. So the top, this is all that it looks like at the top, okay? You're gonna take more time with yours. I'm just showing you what the color is going to look like. Now, one thing that you can do, try to go all the way to the edge. We'll talk later if you want to kind of trim up your wings and give them a little bit different shape. You can do that. We're going to do that after we put our pipe cleaner on. Okay. Might give a little red up at the top as well. Now, you can, if you would like, if you're using marker, if you're using like a washable marker like I'm using. Now we have this. You could use a tiny bit of water, little tiny bit. You could use a brush. You could use your finger. I'm gonna use the brush and just dip it in the water. Just a little tiny bit. Now, that is going to make our marker kind of blend together a little bit. Okay? Because it's a washable marker, the water will sort of blend the marker together. It's wet, so it's gonna look a little funky. When it dries, it will be okay. Do you see how it's starting to smear the marker color here? When that dries, you'll be fine. I know right now, it looks a bit of a hot mess, but that's okay. It will look better when it dries. And again, that's why you use just a little tiny bit of water. You don't use too much. You'll rub a hole right in your filter, okay? So if you want to use a little bit of water, you can, to kind of blend the marker and make it look sort of like watercolor. See, I don't know if you can tell the part that's been brushed over with the water versus not. It kind of blends it together. So you can experiment with that, or you can leave it, if you want a more detailed design, you may want to do a very detailed design. You may want to do specific veins like this, like the veins that are in the butterfly. If you want to do that, then you're not going to want to blend it together with the water. You might want to draw more details like that. Okay. You can't do that after you put the water on. Don't try that. So if you want to draw kind of specific lines and shapes on your butterfly, you can do that too. Once you have the color on there the way that you want it, whether that's watercolor, marker, crayon, colored pencil, once your butterfly is the colors that you want it to be, the red and purple, that's the colors that mine are going to be. You're going to bunch it together in the middle. Now, if you've used watercolor or a lot of water to blend your marker, let it dry. Let it dry because you'll poke a hole in it. This is very fragile right now, okay? So I didn't use that much water, so it's going to be okay. I'm just going to kind of bunch it up in the middle. Just kind of pinching it together like this. I'm just going to kind of pinch it together. Once you pinch it together, take your pipe cleaner. You can kind of just wrap it around. See, this is just the pipe cleaner holding it together. You're going to give it a little twist. And you have the body and the wings. You can kind of give the little antenna a curl if you want to. Okay, you can kind of curl it on your finger. If you want to around it a little bit. Okay. So now you have your butterfly. If you are not happy with the shape of your wings, you can take a pair of scissors and very carefully go in and kind of shape those wings a little bit. I think they're okay like this because this is sort of an abstract butterfly, right? You can make it whatever color you want. We're not too concerned that the shape of the wings is not exactly right, but you can be as detailed as you want. You can make lots of little veins and designs. You can be very precise with your colors. You can trim the shape of the wings a little bit if you would like. Okay, and then when you're finished, you'll have your little butterfly. I can't wait to see what your guys' butterflies look like. You can show me when we Skype or FaceTime, or your mom or dad can take a picture and send it to me. But I want to see all of your butterflies. They're all going to be different and unique, and I can't wait to see them.